Okay, so we have made it back up to the ship, back to our map. And we can once again try and get to Rykad Minoris. I think we actually did it. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here, in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not, you are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. Huh. As if on its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Votvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold, the dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Huh. Step back or else. Kneel before the rogue trader, your lives belong to me. Stop, I did not wish for any of you to die. So do I threaten them? Do I command them? Or do I guess, plead with them? Apologize. I'm gonna command. Kneel before the rogue trader, your lives belong to me. All you hear in response is unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and derisive laughter. Anger ignites your chest, and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hand no longer holds a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. So this is that chaos being. Yes, master, I am the sword's master, not its servant, remember that. Throw the demon blade away, never. Yeah, throw the demon blade away. That is not in our nature to use a sword that... How do they describe it? Unnerving proportions, unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye, and then the eye opens wide. Yeah, no, throw it away. We're not using a chaos blade. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You'd rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. We lose the blade shard. It's fitting. Our character wouldn't use a chaos blade. But we didn't actually make it to Rykad Minoris, still. No, wait, that's not the way down. The way down is over here. Click on the map again. Let's go. There we go. Finally made it to this planet. Took long enough. Begin scan. Extractium. A mobile mining outpost assembled in accordance with the blessed standard template construct. This small industrial complex can be deployed on practically any world, however inhospitable. The Surf clan assigned to it will devote itself to the maintenance of its sacred mechanisms and the extraction of resources needed by the rogue trader. We don't have one. But I guess if we had them, we could then put them on planet to extract resources. Or we can go to the Starport. Actually, let's hold off. Before we do that, I still want medikits. We've run into situations where we need them and have used them all up. And I think we heard rumors that there's a fight going on this planet. So I'd like medikits. I'm hoping I can buy them, which I would guess would be done through talking to the High Factotum. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? High Factotum Janris Danrock greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow. Is there really no way for me to... How does shopping work? Because I know it's a thing. Well, I'll just ask, what is it you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments on time and that our partners do not weasel out of their promises. And that all servants remember the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the Von Valentius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port customs officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. Okay, maybe it's not through him. We go... probably not inventory. Journal? Contracts. No. Cargo management. No, that's just looking at all of our cargo. A bunch of which is full. But how do I sell it and how do I buy? So I know with reputation we can see the different factions that we can buy from. I don't know. I assume there'll be an explanation at some point. Nope. Yeah, okay. At some point they'll explain how to trade as a rogue trader. But today is not that day. It's fine. We're probably fine. Alright, let's land at the Starport. Height grade R992. Not sure what that means, but we will of course take everyone. Alright. Looks like there is fighting. The Starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt, weapons on the ground or I'm firing. A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it? And on a shuttle like that? Where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab him, lads, we've got ourselves a rebel landing force. Abelard turns purple. By the holy throne, what is this mess? Adir glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken. I'm the rogue trader of House von Valencius. Abelard, enlighten these rabble about the proper manners for greeting the God Emperor's chosen. I'm the rogue trader von Valencius. Give me a stats report this instant. How dare you, commoner? On your knees before I blow your brains out. No, we'll do our usual and have Abelard introduce us, because we've done it a few times and it amuses me every time. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner for greeting the God Emperor's chosen. Abelard clears his throat. You stand before rogue trader von Valencius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give his lordship a formal report. With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier and barks, My mistake, sir, at once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere. With a piercing screech, one of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Last Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? Some dirty dogs nearly shot down my shuttle. What's going on here? Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? All good. Well, commenting on our shuttle nearly getting shot down, we were flying into a war zone. So, might just skip that one. What's going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up in the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Mycad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue your report, peasant. Just calling this sergeant peasant. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked to satellites reporting sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were to hold it. They're crushing us. You were late to arrive at Rykad Minoris. Ooh. Ooh. So if we'd gone here first, things would be different. But likely that meant things would probably be worse at the station where we picked up Cassia. So it's a trade. I like that. Where we can't just take our time and do whatever we want and eventually everything will still be the same. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. Who are you anyway? Sergeant Last Major, Malgar, sir. I want to call him Sergeant Major, and that's just not his name. 11th generation loyal soldier of House Winterscale, awarded 3 commendations for faultless service ever since the olden days. His lordship, the rogue trader, has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on the Rykad Minoris, so there is no greater honor for a Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence. But they're specifically serving Winterscale, not Valencius. Is that going to cause problems? What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, sir. We have fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking, things keep exploding. The people are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty. That's when those, Emperor forgive us, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming, more and more of them. How can some pathetic rebellion be the cause of enough? How can some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony in honor of a rogue trader's arrival? It's an insult. No, they didn't even... If we had announced our presence, I'm sure we could have gotten a welcoming ceremony. But they didn't know who we were. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. Cannot leave you and your people without aid. Reinforcements will be sent from my ship. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It's people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. The sergeant's grim voice rings with a martyr's pride. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir. I'm gonna ask it because it's here. Or say it. I guess it's not a question. Some dirty dog nearly shut down my shuttle. Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on an anti-aircraft battery and is causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived. Alright, well, I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders for them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adira frowns, her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head round these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. Is the path ahead dangerous? What exactly awaits me there? Sergeant sighs heavily. All of our roadblocks are gone. The whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost. Probably again says we took too long. Yep. So no help will come. We are surrounded by rebels, and watch your steps, sir. The streets are chock full of mines. We succeed at logic. No one has logic, so good us. Yeah, only a plus 35. But we still succeeded. His remark about mines lodges itself in your memory. More than anything, you will need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You'd rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handfuls of lethal frag shrapnel resting in the top of some 300 grams of explosive physaline. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I see that your hero is noted. You are a fool. The governor, who is safe and sound in the rear, has left you for dead, and here you are preaching about glory. Definitely not. A good fighter would have long since reclaimed the Starport. Move out and attack, you cowardly knave. No. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I see that your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Rumors. Okay. On your travels, you will hear many rumors. Those of them that are deserving of the rogue trader's attention are logged in a separate section of the journal. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there's truth to them, and in some cases there may be even more. To verify a rumor, travel to the place indicated in the rumor's description. While traversing the Koronus Expanse as the rogue trader, you are bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits, some of which reflect the reactions of the Expanse's denizens to choices you have made. So did we get a new rumor? Yes, we have the rumor that the Lord Inquisitor is involved here. But we also heard the rumor that unidentified void ships were circling a nearby star. Okay. So we could go talk to the Sergeant Major still. Well, again. We don't need either of those. Pilot Amass. The pilot, dressed in a crumpled uniform adorned with the Von Valentius coat of arms, still looks quite pale. Her white hands bear red marks left by the wheel. The scream of terror she let out when the missile flew right past your shuttle is etched in your memory. Her voice quivers slightly, but even her fear cannot stop her from using typical Voidsman jargon. That was some flight, your lordship. If we'd been a little less lucky, we'd have been checking in at the port in the sky right now. What was that weapon they fired at us? Can't say I know, your lordship, but the shots it fires certainly fly quick. I've never seen guns like that before, and they were firing from far away, almost from beyond the horizon, that is. Who gave those yobs a terrifying contraption like that? Your name, pilot? My bad there, your lordship. Senior pilot Amass, appointed by the senior deck officer to serve as your personal shuttle. Take me to the governor's command post. I was expecting that. I'm awful sorry, your lordship, but I can't. The Emperor saved us once, but if they shoot at us again, we'll be blown to smithereens for sure. If I get your lordship killed in such a daft fashion, St. Drusus will make me polish white-hot wing flaps with my tongue after I kick the bucket. Lord Captain, the pilot is right. We cannot put your life at such risk. We'll have to wait until the governor's forces deal with this menace, or until the rebels run out of shells. Surely they aren't sitting on a whole depot of them. Alright. Before we go the obvious direction we're supposed to... Ooh, we can talk to the random guards. Anything of interest? No. Apparently, we can talk to them is a bit of an overstatement. Collect all of the loot. You guys don't need it. You're all going to be dead soon. The grand viaduct for the receiving esteemed guests is buried under the rubble. Crew members, bridge technomat. More sellable goods.
None shall stand in my way.
Okay, looks like we are about to get into combat. Let's toss down a quick save. Head in.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Cabela's background. Cabela has a remarkable background. As a death cult assassin, she can use a special ability called Raining Blood. When used, it causes the target of Cabela's next melee attack to explode in a burst of blood, covering the floor and any enemies behind the target. The affected enemies suffer additional damage. Cabela can also use a special throwable consumable item called a blood vial to spill even more blood on the battlefield. Cabela is a blade dancer. Blade dancers are incredibly skilled sword fighters who can devastate enemies using two special attacks, Blade Dance and Death from Above. The Blade Dance ability allows the blade dancer to make several light strikes against random adjacent targets. If there's only one adjacent target, then all the strikes are directed against that target. If two swords are equipped, the blade dancer deals significantly more strikes. Death from Above allows the blade dancer to swiftly leap to a selected cell and upon landing deal damage to all adjacent targets. This ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each use requires a charge to be spent. The Blade Dancer gains charges by killing their enemies. Blade Dancer's main characteristics are weapon skill, agility, and strength. Weapon skill enhances the melee attacks and defense in close combat. Agility increases their dodge chance and makes their abilities more efficient, for example, increasing the number of strikes made with Blade Dance. Strength increases their damage dealt with swords. Note, most of the Blade Dancer's abilities can only be used with a sword equipped. Some abilities available through progression cost wounds instead of AP. Okay, that is a lot. But there we go. Oh, we are stuck back here, so we can't even get, like, up into cover. That's awkward. Alright, we'll start with our melee people, which is Abelard. Where are we in initiative? Oh, Abelard, you are always so far up here. I don't want you standing out in the open. So we'll put you like there. And her. She anywhere near the front? No, she's also at the end. So she can go there. Actually, probably the other way around. We put Abelard here. Abelard here, you get into full cover because he's got armor and you do not. Other people up front. We'll want Argenta. Oh, come on. She's not too far back. 3 people will get shots off before her turn. If I put her here, hopefully whoever those 3 are won't have... Yeah, he won't be able to see her, I think. You... Wow, that's a group of 3 people on a single initiative turn? They probably can see her. And then you, who are you? Way back there. I don't think you can do much to her. So yeah, she'll be sitting here. She might take shots from those guys, but it's probably fine. Dira. Okay, you could get to cover here. Although you are second to move, so maybe focusing on putting you in cover isn't as big of a deal. Might be better for one of these other people that's really slow. Which I guess is Ignatius and Cassia. No, we can't get into that cover. Grrr. Let's just... Mullet? Oh, I was like, why can't we stand there? That stair's broken. Neat. Okay. I guess we'll just have us back here in cover. And then maybe we can try and move forward as combat starts. So remember where I said that we rarely had people too far out of range, and so increasing my range didn't matter? I don't think that's true in this fight. But I think that's about as good as my ordering is. We've got... Who is this? That's you. So yeah. We've got him, who goes before Dira, but I don't think he can actually see her, and then she'll be able to move somewhere else, hopefully to get cover. Do I think she can actually get over to there? Or should I move Abelard over a square? Well, then I could just put her in cover. Well, that simplifies that a bit. Sure, we will start the battle like this.
Let's get to it.
The unrighteous have come to take us all, take all that we have from us.
No.
Let us stand united, my brethren, to battle. Okay. So Adira did get hit. Well, that's unfortunate. What abilities do you have going on? Enraged. So... Voice of command. That's not what... Does everyone have enraged? Yeah, okay. Applies ranging woe to a level equal to the corresponding amount of all rebels in the fight. Ugh. Alright, Adira. What can you do? We give forewarning to... probably Cabela. Then, let's see, you've got 3 more actions. Is there any groups that we could hit multiple enemies? Yes, I can take out both of them with the staff here. Also, what are these marks? Like, I see the lines that are trying to indicate something. Is there a range limit on this? I mean, there is, obviously, but... That'll get rid of all of your movement and actions if I use that. So before we use that, I could move her up to full cover here. Tempting. I'd want to take out these guys then if that was the case. Because getting her into full cover would be nice. Well, the same thing could be said for moving Argenta up to that full cover. I think that's probably a smarter call. So let's analyze enemies, put it on, say, this bruiser. And then we will use the lightning, take out both of these guys. Yeah, I can't actually take out these guys. It hurt them. So we'll go after these two. Oh, and it hit him. Nice. That did actually degrade the veil a bit. Okay. That'll be the end of her turn.
Here we go.
Then these three all get a turn at the same time, which strikes me as odd. Okay, Cassia got hit. Not ideal. Argenta, you can move up into this full cover. Please do so. Controlled shot we don't need. Let's see. This is your auto pistol. We don't want your auto pistol. Get out your bolter, please. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely use your bolter. I think the only reason she had the auto pistol out is because she was out of ammo earlier. We've got that guy who's quite injured. Who's up next? You three. And then we've got who? Because ideally I want to take out the people who will be going next to deprive them of a turn. Oh, it's you. Who's the third guy of this group then? Oh, this guy back here. Okay. If I had you do a burst attack. No, it's not even going to hit any of the others. I was wondering if there was a way I could reasonably get multiple of them in a single shot. But as it is, 45% chance with 4 shots. Probably can take out that guy. Well, take out any of them that I choose. Probably not that guy. So you're the bruiser. Oh no, he's got tons of health. We're not going to take him out in a single turn. Although we have run and gun as an option. You're one of these rebel gunners. You, and you. Then you're the bruiser. So those are the 4 that I want to focus on. They don't give me like levels or anything where I can get a general idea of how scared I should be of them, do they? 6 to 11, power swing, or shove. He's got 26 health. Weapon skill is only 30. Why does he take so little damage? Does he have a bunch of armor? He does have some armor and some dodge. As opposed to these guys who have no armor and less dodge and only 9 wounds. Okay. Well, let's focus on taking out this guy. See if we can pull it off before he gets his turn.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Not if you only hit him once. Come on. Run and gun.
Without deeds is worthless.
Not really anywhere I want you to run to. Try and get a few more shots on him. Only 35 now. Was 45 earlier.
I'll do it.
Wow. Good job, Argenta. And you can't reload. You're out of actions and everything. You're just gonna stand in the open? Oh. Hello, you. You just chose to come out into the open. Alright, so we can do Death from Above to leap. How many stacks of Death from Above do you have? I assume just one. Don't see an easy way to tell. Stack 1 of 100, yeah. So we can have her leap forward Death from Above. Raining blood. So ideally we want to get her just in amongst a group that she can just slaughter. Preferably like weak units like those 9 health guys. So I don't think she's going to actually kill anyone. Alright, who is next in the initiative? If we look, it's you, and then you. So if we could take out this bruiser before his turn, that would be nice. She could go here, and then Death from Above to here, and then get a slash on him. We just do a single slash. 10 damage on all adjacent enemies. He's got 9 health, 7 health. Sure.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Okay. And then you can't get over to anyone. You're just stuck out in the open. That's not ideal. I could acrobatics artistry to get her back to here. Which might be the call.
As honor ordains.
Yeah. I don't know. Something to keep in mind of how that works, but yeah. I have to get used to her. Alright, Abelard. He could possibly rush forward and attack this guy with a charge. Or his power swing. That hits everyone around, which doesn't really help. No, probably just the slash, but yeah. So let's put you here, and then have you charge to here. Doesn't think you're gonna kill him, sadly.
My place is at the fore.
Yeah. But you can still do another slash.
It will be done.
Okay. You're out in the front, which isn't ideal, so brace for impact. Would boost us. And doesn't cost any AP. So do that. And then... oh, you just get free movement. Right. Do I want you to move? Not really. Stay where you are.
Stay vigilant.
And then also endure. There we go. Cassia, you are very far back. Lidless stare is cool for up close. Moving enemies towards us could be cool. Probably will use voice of command on someone. Alright, so we could give someone voice of command and then give them 2 more action points. Yeah, so voice of command on Argenta. To give her some bonuses. And then bring it down. Also on Argenta, which should give her an extra turn with 2 action points.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
So then Argenta can then do a burst on someone. You guys are all hiding way out of sight. We can't move, sadly. Or we just do a single shot. Where we know we're going to hit 95%. But it doesn't kill. Is a single shot at 95% better than a burst shot at 47%? No, I don't think so. Which of you has the next turn? The Bruiser is up there on the initiative. You are closer, Rebel Agitator. And then you... oh, is that you? Yes, you're actually next after us, so you would be the better one to kill. 47, 47, or 44. Let's try taking out this guy so he doesn't get a turn. Ideally. Did we leave him with 1 hit point? Man, my Baldur's Gate luck is rolling over. Alright, so be it. Cassie's turn again. Not a lot we can do. If Adira wasn't there, we could possibly move her forward. Lidless Stare seems like it would be really good. It's a giant cone. But obviously, we don't want her using it if she's standing in the back. So probably just end your turn here. Okay. Alright, Ignatius, you finally have a turn. I can do Ignite, Run and Gun, Ignite again. Probably want to take out this guy if possible. If I went here, who could I hit with Ignite? Could I get him? Doesn't look like it. None of them, actually. Just this guy. That's less good. If only I had more range. Okay, if the only one I can hit is this guy, then I might as well. And then run and gun forward to a different spot from here. Maybe here? Doesn't give us great cover from all of these guys, obviously. But it would give us cover over there. Just not in a good spot if I'm standing there, but sure. So we'll ignite you. Guaranteed kill.
I shall not fear.
High momentum. Cool. I don't think your momentum mattered. Yeah. Not really. So then we run and gun. I can't actually get to there. How about that? Standing out in the open feels like a poor choice. Granted, Adira will have a turn soon, and so she could use the thing that gives me bonuses to standing out in the open. So if I went here and then did another ignite on you, doesn't kill you, could kill you. Guaranteed 13, possibly up to 21. What about Inferno? Same thing. Inferno basically seems to do just ignite. Yeah. Ooh, I could take all of you guys out? Really? Although I could probably do the same thing with this. No, I can't see you guys for it. No. Maybe I can. Like sometimes it's showing that it's not blinking and the other times it starts. Well, I want to see Firestorm. So let's do the run and gun as planned. And then Firestorm you guys. Just so I can see how it plays out.
Absolutely not.
Can only target creatures suffering from warp burn or burning. We can't actually use it on them. Okay. Then use this on him.
I don't have time for this.
Fine. If it blinks, it means, in my mind, that I should be able to hit them. But apparently not. Alright, Agitator. Let's light you on fire.
Let's see how they respond to this.
Oh, we did the full 21 damage. Nice. It's a good turn. So then he didn't get a turn because he's dead. And we move to Adira. Adira, could you definitely give me forewarning because I am just standing out in the open.
But of course.
And then from there... Is that 8 stacks of exploits? No, 8 stacks of Raging Woe. Increases enemies' weapon skill and ballistic skill by +1 as well as damage by +1 for every level of Raging Woe on their allies. Don't know what that means, but no, you only have 1 exploit on him. Because she could go up here possibly, and then Psychic Shriek to likely just kill... again, up to 26. Possibly not. We could instead Sensor Deprivation. If he fails the test, he's blind. Which feels pretty good. I'm not super worried about these effectively minions. We've got you, and we've also got... Who else? This guy back here that I keep forgetting about. Okay. How far back can you use this? Could you use this from here? You could. You don't need to move forward into danger range. So that takes 1 AP. I don't know if that counts as an attack. If that would lock us off of other attacks. One way to find out. So try and blind him. Blind effect applied. So he failed his willpower resistance. It does not count as an attack. We still can do our psychic shriek. Interesting. Psychic shriek can't hit anyone from where we are. You guys are just out of sight. Awkwardly. So we could still move forward and then shriek on someone. Maybe we will. Doubt you can get line of sight on him. Oh, and he's too far away. Can you hit him? Because I do see a box around him. I guess I just don't understand what the lines are necessarily trying to tell us. Can you hit him?
Not my destiny.
Any of them?
Not the scryer's job.
No. Alright, well then just attack this guy. He's blind. Surely he can't dodge your psychic scream.
Cover me.
Didn't quite kill him. Okay. Totally fine.
Show me what you've got. Stop mocking me.
I thought your blindness would have, you know, I don't know, made it harder for you to attack people. What do I know? Alright, Argenta, if you moved up here. Now you need to do a reload. Which you could. It takes... No, it takes 3 actions. So you couldn't do another burst fire if you did. Says she can see that guy. Alright. Oh, only 21%. That is not good. Versus likely just killing one of these guys. Or we could swap for weapon sets. So from here, if you burst fired on this group, those are some terrible hit percents. Alright, no, go back to the bolter. Fire at one of them. I mean, they're all pretty equivalent. Except for your terrible aim. Although he'd be the one to take out because he's going to go next. But that 21% is just not good. Can you hit this one? 62, not really. Alright, take out this guy, and then we'll reload.
Guided by faith.
Didn't even take him out. Genta, you're letting me down. Okay. The number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire, minimum 2. Could have done that. Keep forgetting about the high momentum, obviously. You know what? Sure.
His will made manifest.
So you can do a bunch of single shots.
As the Emperor.
That was not who I told you to target, but you do you. Come on. That's 279% you missed. Is this XCOM?
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh. Ah, yeah. We'll hold off on that. I mean, if it misses, it hits Abelard. And Abelard has extra health. So it's unlikely to do damage. Yeah, it's saying 0 to 1. We'll try and take out this guy first.
Is a prayer.
Okay. Looks like that's her turn. Yeah, we got 4 shots because it's got a rate of fire of 4. Totally fine.
Scared yet?
Alright, you're getting out of cover. Thank you.
Weapon at the ready.
Nice. Bella, wow, you can move. Unfortunately, you can't death from above because you didn't manage to kill those people. But yeah, get up there. If we'd left her out and about, then she probably could have actually gotten over here. She just has strike and cleave. She doesn't have a charge, sadly. So next turn, she'll get over here to kill that final person. Abelard. Do what you can. From here, charge.
A tactically sound approach. Victory is
Grab and endure. Cassia. I guess just move forward a little bit. Can you use Bring It Down on them? Yes. Well, I want to see what Cabela can do.
That is foolishness. If only that were possible.
Or not. Sure. Voice of command on Ignatius. Why not? Then Bring It Down. For Cabela. Is it just AP, not movement? Right. Let's see. The enemy closest to the square immediately moves up to 4 cells towards it. Multiple enemies. Yeah. I'm assuming because it's outside of this line, we can't use it here.
Not.
If I used it here, would it still pull them, even though they're way over there?
Do not dare ask.
No line of sight to the target. Where are you? You're here.
Try to die.
How did you suddenly die? No, hang on. I vaguely recall that we gave her something that when she moves targets, they take damage. That's suddenly coming back to me. What? How exactly do we pull that off? Multiple enemies are in the same distance, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we move them 4 cells. And then we have... What? Enemies moved by the navigator's powers suffer 4 damage at the end of the movement. This damage is increased by +1 for every cell the enemy moves. So they were going to take 8 damage. They had presumably 7 health. No way to really see at this point. Dealt 15 damage though. Why? How 15? Because 15 feels like a lot. Ignatius gained overexerted. Why? Oh. Voice command. Okay, I don't think that's anything that's still lasting on us. Alright, go team. We done good. Yeah, I forgot about her ability to move people doing damage. But if it's actually doing 15 damage every time, that's real good, and I need to use that far more. I don't think we need the scrappy las guns. I think we've already got a couple of those. Shock batons, probably not. Carapace chest plate is better than the flak chest plate. Same armor, but doesn't have a dodge penalty. So let's move the guns over. And the batons. We'll keep the chest plate for now. And see if anyone of our team can make use of it. There it is. So, yes. That's better than what we are wearing. We'll move that to cargo. This is worse than yours. She already has carapace. Better armor, I think, is better for you, even with the dodge penalty. This is better than your armored body glove. For you, this is equivalent. So I will let you keep your normal gear. You are devoted, so I could give you this. If the wearer has 10 or more stacks of Blood Blessed, they gain +1 resolved. Or immune to critical for 3 rounds. And I should give you a second sword. This is a two-handed, sadly. We'll want to keep an eye out for a second one-handed sword. I guess in the meantime, we could give her just the two-handed sword to use. Not you. Cabela. Perhaps swap those. That is a big ol' sword. Okay, and if we find a second one-handed sword, we can then have her use it. Speaking of, we don't need the long las. We don't need the armored body glove. Mizoa patterned sword. Right. Bella. So if we compare this to what you've got, 8 to 12, 15% armor penetration, just better all around than the one-handed blade. Two-handed is 17 to 20. That is a lot. Okay, we'll put this in your primary hand, and that'll be in your offhand. And then equip those as your primary weapons. Let's keep going around looting everything. Collect all. Okay, let's head up here, I suppose. Blind Madwoman. Okay. Lore Imperium. What do we have?
An expected result.
Written on the side of the shuttle in pilot's lowly slang are the words, "Do not touch a shipment of tithes to the blessed Lord Captain Caligos Winterscale. Perhaps there is something worth your attention in the shuttle." I mean, maybe. Increase the range of an officer's archetype abilities by +1 cell. Well, we only have one officer. Cassia, do you want this cloak that's supposed to be for Rogue Trader Winterscale? You're welcome.
I won't tolerate weakness.
We can't talk to the blind madwoman. The eyes lie. The final dawn purifies vision. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? Wait, did he just shoot at the blind madwoman or at us? Gain true vision, renounce false sight. All will be revealed. He killed her. Got it. Whoever you are. Okay, we're just slaughtering all the blind people. Although they were shouting heresy, probably. Lucky Jaspar, the young shaggy-haired soldier, is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good. Who are you? Lucky Jaspar, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to the Starport on special orders, the young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. Are you unharmed, soldier? All thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city right now. These rebels, damn them to the void, go around maiming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor sods, driven mad by the pain, to wander the streets babbling nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds with gravity. The command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense, it's heresy, actual heresy, because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where. And what exactly were you doing here on your own? Following Governor Medinez's special instructions, namely, he grits his teeth with a pained expression, furrowing his brow. Oh right, it's a secret assignment, I can't talk about it. Okay, we've got 100% chance for probably all of these. Strike him. Okay, so we can accomplish any of these. So which one do I want to go with? I'm a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It's well within my rights. Persuasion. What if what you know is priceless intelligence and you were to die before you could relay it to anyone? Wink at Adira. Mistress Talas, would you kindly read his thoughts for me? Ugh. Coercion. Whatever punishment you are afraid of, I can do worse things to you. You'd better start talking. No, I'm just going to go with Lord Imperium. I'm a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It's well within my rights. A rogue trader? After casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding. Oh, so you must be from House Von Valencius' ship. The Starport's Augur surveillance station reported that it detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that, and then that ship departed. Okay, they mentioned other ships were in the system. This is talking about Kunrad. We heaved to, sent another shuttle, Kunrad's shuttle, to another unidentified ship. A strange one, and then it left. That's Voltvir leaving. It's gotta be. Jaspar pauses for a second, then mumbles, but the Augur surveillance station's reports are not to be disclosed to third parties.